Welcome to our podcast. Today, we will be talking about people you can go to for fitness advice.
Some people you can go to are Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Mike O'Hearn, and Eddie Hall. One of my personal stories is when I was younger, I played soccer, which I still do, but I wasn't as good. And I wanted to get better and make the top team, so I tried my best and worked really hard so I could get to where I really, really wanted to be.
So, warm-up strategies I used to do was the world's greatest stretch and a glute squat. A glute squat is basically when you squat, but you go lower. Hey listeners, we have some exciting news for you from our awesome friends at the Birmingham Education Foundation, or BEF for short. You may have heard about the cool projects and fun learning experiences happening right here in our school. And guess what? A lot of that is possible thanks to BEF.
That's right, BEF is all about making our school even better than it already is. They help fund projects in arts, academics, athletics, and STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and math, plus character education and mental health. Imagine having experts visit our classroom or going on field trips for unique experiences. All these opportunities because BEF is there to support our learning.
You might be wondering, why does a public school need a foundation? Good question. Even though Birmingham Public Schools is one of the top districts in Michigan, school funding is a challenge since the 1990s. Inflation has gone up, but the funding per student hasn't kept pace. That's where BEF steps in. Their fundraising helps cover programs and resources that might otherwise be out of reach.
So when you see a project that makes you think, whoa, that's awesome, there's a good chance BEF played a part. The fund pilot programs, but important equipment, and bring in resources that make learning more fun and impactful.
Thank you, BEF, for supporting Mr. Netbot's and Mr. McLeod's classrooms, and so many others. Because of you, our engaged classes get hands-on experiences that really make a difference in how we learn and grow.
And remember, the support of BEF is all about making sure we can get the best at learning experiences possible. So let's give a big shout out to the Birmingham Education Foundation, making learning awesome one grant at a time.
Did you know that The Rock was born in California? He also played pro ball in Canada. Everyone knows that the star struggled a lot in his early years, and he's also talked about it a lot too. He accepts his failures, but does not let them define him. Instead, he learns his lessons from his mistakes. Those mistakes, in fact, make him come out a better person, and I honestly can relate to this. While playing basketball, sometimes I would rush the game in my head, not thinking about what I was doing. It would look like I didn't know what to do. But after going on the bench for a little bit, thinking about what I did, getting some air, going back on the court, I'll be making my shots, making my layups. Because I'll have slowed the game down in my head.
Yeah, that's very, very important. Also, did you know that Eddie Hall is one of the strongest people in the world? Has one of the best known records for lifting 500 kilograms or 1,200 pounds. If you think about this, it's insane. He has to work his whole life to achieve something that he's really dreamed of, that he's always wanted to do. And when he did it, he felt so proud and happy that he achieved one of his most seeked goals for his whole life. In your life, you need to really work hard to achieve something that you really, really want. And he earned those places where he is now. He earned those medals, and he earned to get in those interviews and magazines. If you want to get somewhere in your life, you have to work hard. You can't just give up when you get one thing happy in your life. You have to keep going so you can get more and more important things.
Michael O'Hearn trained his whole life to be where he is now. He's worried out almost his whole life and never gave up, and he earned where he is now. He earned to be in those magazines. He earned to get those interviews. If you want to get somewhere in life, you need to always work hard, or where you know you will get.
Mike O'Hearn was featured in more than 400 magazine covers and was Fitness Model of the Year 7 times in a row.
Now that we're coming to an end of our episode, we want to thank you for listening to today's episode and seeking advice.
And don't forget to follow and wait till our next episode. Thanks again from Push Your Limits, and don't forget, push your limits so you can get to where you want to be.
See you next time.